Hello and welcome back. My name is Guild Navigator, and I'm continuing my Let's Play series as Morocco into El-Andalus. It is Thursday. I mean, it's Friday, December 5th right now when I'm recording it, and it just snowed where I live, which is very exciting. I should say it snowed this morning. I always love the snow. Like, I think that November is my least favorite month. The part of the reason I hate November is how dark it is. And the snow helps with that a lot, in my opinion. The snow pretty significantly improves the light levels, just because it begins to reflect stuff. Okay, you're one of my sons. How many unmarried nobles are there? Would you look at that? There are 4. And I don't know if you know this, but you are now going to be given 4 nieces on your 16th birthday. Like, imagine how fucking weird that would be. Like, you just turned 16, and your dad shows up, and he goes, do you know those cousins, like, you've been hanging out with? At this point, I don't even know what you would call them, because the family tree is so fucked up. But, like, do you know those people who you're related to? Well, you're now married to 4 of them. It's like, what do you mean I'm married to 4 of them? It's like, literally. Okay, I want to see if I merge. Yeah, if I put them together, it's too strong. That's fine. Yeah, it's like, congratulations. You have 4 wives now, and they're your family members. Okay, the Catalan Patriots are still not a thing. How's the recovery going? You're recovered enough. There's no pirate. Oh, there are pirates there, so I need to deal with that. And I should put a commander in charge. Definitely a family member. Let's rebalance that. And I have 94 boats with a max size of 80 something. I think it was 87. So I'm not going to build any more for now. I could afford it. I mean, I'm still making pretty good money, but I'm not making like insane money. I tend to treat roughly 100 gold a month as, you know, the threshold above which I think that I'm like comfortable. Like, I feel like I can regularly afford things when I need to. Like, I don't have to wait very long. If I get much below 100 gold a month, it starts to feel a little bit unstable. Okay, I can annex you. I would really prefer 170 is pretty high. I would really prefer to be able to annex this person, but they just hate me. Why do they hate me so much? Because I annexed another subject. But then why doesn't everyone hate me? I just don't understand it. I just don't get it at all. I'm drinking a white monster, by the way, at 3:42 in the afternoon. I'm kind of like semi my own boss. I have a person above me, but I'm in like the position where I sort of work for myself. And so I have like one thing left that I need to do today. I need to send some invoices in. But I could also do it tomorrow, like in principle. And I might disable that like you became or you lost a great power notification because it's annoying as hell. And it just doesn't feel like it changes very much. But what was I saying? Yeah, I just don't really want to. Like, I could do it tomorrow, and I know that that's like the irresponsible approach. Like, I should do it tonight. You know, this is the problem. This is the problem when you have agency. You can make bad choices. The Battle of the Strait of Gibraltar. Bruh, I just bodied y'all. What's my naval maintenance at? Yeah, that's like nothing. Like, if you just think of the amount of value that these ships are providing. Okay, I'm gonna build just some ships, and let's see what this does to the naval maintenance. I'm building early barracks because I just don't want to lose naval battles. Like, I want some big ass beefy ships. And they should also help with crushing these pirates. I wonder if like if I put my ship here, is that gonna do a better job propagating my maritime presence? you know, this proximity game it's just such a brilliant system. Like, it's something that I hope pretty much every game implements. Like, you know, immediately was thinking that the next Civ game could easily implement it, right? Like, it's a good mechanism to keep you from just going too wide. And it gives, you know, more meaning to your infrastructure. It's a beautiful system. And, you know, it's one of those systems that, like, as soon as you play, you're almost like, you know, you're almost shocked that it hadn't been created before. Like, it seems so obvious now that, like, you know, that there would be this, like, propagation of control from your capital, and that, like, you know, geography would, you know, the types of geography you think would interact with in the ways that you do. So, like, mountains would slow it down, etc. You know, roads would accelerate it. It can travel along rivers. Like, you know, we've had versions of this. I think in many of the Civ games, I don't know what it's like in the most recent ones, but I believe in Civ 5, for example, you had, like, connections between cities. Like, your cities were either trading or they weren't trading with each other. And that was dependent on being, like, quote-unquote connected to your capital. And that was based on, like, roads and rivers and the ocean and stuff, if I remember correctly. I was re-listening to one of my first videos, and I was talking about history, and I was, like, so nervous about saying the wrong thing that I just kept saying, like, if I remember correctly. But hey, it's a common thing for me to say. But, you know, that's like a dumbed down version of the proximity system, right? It's like a very binary proximity system. It's basically that you're proximate or you're not. And then this just turns it into a spectrum. Is that what it means to be analog? I know that there's a difference between digital and analog, and I don't know what it is. So the meritocracy tech is fine. Let's look at this. I don't think it's very good. You know, efficiency of cabinet is pretty good. Tax efficiency is pretty good. Power projection is pretty good. Like, these are all just, like, pretty good. I have no idea what estate enrichment is. Dude, I'm going down, like, this is how much an estate can withhold from their taxable income each month. Okay. Like, there's just all these mechanisms in the game that I have no idea. I like, how do I find my current estate enrichment is? Okay, estate enrichment, there it is. 2.4%. So the question is whether that applies, like, additively or multiplicatively, or, like, because if it's minus 5% on this, then oh, interesting. So basically, the more that you trade, the more that the estates are able to withhold, kind of like preemptively. Fascinating. I think that's how I understand it. So actually, that might be pretty good. You know, obviously, road construction cost is not bad. Speed of integration, I guess, is pretty good. Plus 2%. I'm not sure if that only affects your advisors. There are better tech trees. Like, if I compare any of the things there to, like, possible government reform, just way better. Protected harbor, you know, that's way better. Cabinet seat, way better. Expected cost of court, way better. University, way better. Like, all of these are better. I mean, the only one that I see here that was better in the meritocracy tree was they had a plus 10 power projection one. Maybe the 10% stone isn't quite as good. I stand by my point. Yeah, my tribal cavalry, I think, have been doing a pretty good job. So this is obviously just a mess. And I will say that the enormous, like, wall of fortresses, I do think slowed them down some. And it may even give me the chance to kind of, like, just mercilessly murder these people. Yeah, you can just see all of my cavalry just out front. Oh, it's just beautiful. Oh, brings tears to my eyes. You know, because this is what I was subjected to previously. No, I like aristocracy. That's the direction that I'm going in. I don't need a random character. Oh yeah, I wanted to check how the maritime presence worked. Okay, so this, I think, is just a different ocean. So that's what's going on. Like, clearly this is just something completely different. But I just don't understand it at all. I like the whole way that C zones are like calculated or whatever is just fundamentally confusing to me. I'm just gonna keep sending this army as kind of the siege everything down army. Okay, this battle is not going quite as well as I would have hoped it would have. What is happening? My levies are facing off. Interesting. Okay, I want to see why this was so bad. Yeah, I have a ton of cavalry, which is awesome. I bet you they just had a ton of, can I see what they had? Because my guess is that what probably happened is they had a good number of, like, regulars. It's very weird that I need to keep them as, like, separate armies, but that they function as just a single army. So this is a 20 stack. I don't think I can take a 20 stack on. I think that I'm pretty confident is just too large. But I could bring my 11 stack over here. Let's see, is this defensive at all? Yeah, this is a plateau with sparse vegetation. I think there was an enormous French army I saw somewhere, like a 60 stack. But, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay, I might be able to, I'm not going to be able to eat this little 600 army. But I think I can pop this, 12,000 stack. Oh, that's bad. Okay, so the French army is out of there, which is good because I should have taken the time to refresh my units. Okay, I still think I'm gonna win this battle. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I dealt 4-to-1 casualties, which is kind of the ratio that I want to be aiming for. Let's rebalance all these armies. You know, I think that the center tends to take a little bit more of a beating. I can pop this 7k stack, ideally before they finish their siege. Because if I can kind of just stop them here and then just like ping pong their armies around. There are obviously some armies over here which are a problem. If I like just asked France to leave. Oh yeah, because they declared war on me. I forgot. I was like planning to declare war on them. And then they like a month before I could. They did. I had completely forgotten about that. So I can't separate peace France. So then I think once I kill this stack, I should probably the question is, do I go after this tasty treat? This little 3 stack. Maybe. Okay, we won that battle, and we won this one. Yeah, I think that like we're fighting regulars. I don't know how else they would be holding up so well. We've obviously taken a little bit of a beating, but we're still doing pretty good with roughly 26. Okay, let's go pop this little army before anybody knows what happened. You know, there's a question to me of whether these people are levies or not. Wow. Am I losing? What is going on here? Why is there no one there? I don't want 4,000 people on this side. Did their army just get like did my army just get obliterated? Okay, if I fall back. Wow. Yeah, they just trashed me. This is completely unbalanced. Like, they have to change the regular balancing because that feels ridiculous. I mean, I'm outnumbering them 10-1. And it's not even like this army has no regulars in it. Maybe I need to like consolidate them up or something. Look, okay, whatever. I need to deal with Spain. That's really what I should have been focusing on because I can't separate peace France anyway. So if I go beat up some Spanish armies, they unsiege all the stuff that I siege. I probably do just want to like white peace this if possible. Let's see if I gave up my. Okay, I can humiliate myself. I don't mind doing that at all. That's free. Humiliate. I can abandon piracy. Again, I don't mind doing that. I actually don't think that state piracy is useful to me at all. I gave you some money. Would you fuck off? Okay, I could end the fighting now. Yeah, that's worth it. Look, I think that I maybe could have pulled off like a Pyrrhic victory, but there's just no reason to do it with when they have the CB that's just extremely expensive to take land. And now it's time to remember when the truce expires, and let's see if I forget it again. So in 6 years, July 2nd, 1436. I'm almost approaching the start date of EU4, which is kind of cool. Let's bring these people back. I really don't know what happened there. That was brutal. But like it genuinely just annoys me, right? Like this is I mean, like, how am I even supposed to tell that this is an army that's 10 times as strong as it looks? So you can just see that it's because they have 1,267 men-at-arms. But I have, like, 2,000 men-at-arms. So maybe they're just, like, not getting in combat correctly. Like, maybe I'm putting the wrong people forward first, and I need an army of just my elite units. I can begin to annex a second country if there's one who's willing to. There's not. Okay, so I should probably improve relations with them. That'd be great. I want to annex them because then I can kind of have actual access. Because I think like right now I just have 0 proximity to capital because you can't even get there. Yeah, it's minus 2%. I'd had a thing which was minus 5% rural control, which is unimaginably bad. But I got rid of that. That was an estate privilege for the tribal estate. Which reminded me. This reminds me. Are there any estates that I want to do? Okay, expand farming cost. No, that's meaningless. Tolerance of heathen beliefs. I always like tolerance. Tolerance is like good, like all things equal. I like decentralization. That's the direction that I'm going anyway. Yeah, we can already push to 100% decentralization. So I'm not sure that giving the tribes more power is worth it. Monthly prosperity is fine. Yeah, none of those are really particularly good. I could think about taking something away from the nobility. Like, I have this. I don't like this. Minus 100% stability. Let's see if I put my stability spending at max. I can get 5 times as much stability. I like this. Let's, I don't want to go, like, negative 70 stability. That would cause a catastrophe. But if I can get my stability up to, like, 80, 90... then it seems much more appealing. Okay, I'm going to just cut my army maintenance, let my manpower recover. Similarly, going to cut my fort maintenance. What's going on with my ships? Are they still building? They are still building. They just take forever to build. They take like 2 years. Okay, almost done with the pirates there. This new fleet, I'm going to go... I may go redeploy somewhere else. We've been working with like a design team, and one of the I actually kind of like this. It's like a way I can like semi-gossip about like work and stuff, but no one has any idea what I'm talking about. We've been working with the design team, and one of the people on the design team is brilliant. Like he's artistically really gifted, but he's just extremely inconsistent. Like it's just very difficult to like. He just keeps promising stuff and then not delivering it. And so when he does deliver stuff, it's like, it's great. Like, you get a good job with it. But I would prefer if he was just, like, more honest about his actual, like, production function. You know, there's a lesson in there, even for myself, right? Like that there's very little to be gained from, I guess, like, line. Like, that sounds like so much more negative than I think it would be best understood as. Harbor capacity would be pretty good. Okay, because I know harbor capacity affects two ways, right? The first is that it affects maritime presence because of this horrible system that I just do not understand, which is that they take the average harbor capacity of the ports that border a province, like an ocean province. I lost 5%. That's ass. Whatever. So it matters in that sense. And point one is 10% harbor capacity. So, like, you know, building up the harbor capacity here would be very nice, because some of these places are just, like, nuking it. Like, the fact that this has any harbor capacity is actually really bad. Like, I would prefer it have 0, I think. Is that true? No. No. No, okay. So, like, the best possible configuration in terms of harbor affecting maritime presence would be some situation where it's like only one province affects the ocean tile. And that one province is a province with a very, like, good port. So this, like, might be the ideal ocean tile. I think it is, because it's only affected by Cagliari. And Cagliari is an extremely it's a 75% natural harbor, which is very good. I think that this would be a really fun playthrough. Could play as, like, Genoa, relocate to the island of Sardinia, and then just, like, ocean, I don't know, nonsense in the Mediterranean. I also like my current capital. It's pretty great. And yeah, this isn't quite as good of a province, but whatever. It makes me happy. That's what matters, right? So we have all these forts here now, which I stand by. I think were quite useful. They basically bogged down the French army long enough for me to be able to get a piece. I mean, I might have been able to just get that piece from the get-go, but I don't think so. Oh, I like windmills. I saw one being constructed. Build the windmills. Oh, protected harbors. Nice. I don't want to build those everywhere I can. Protected harbor. Don't really want that one market. And just everywhere. Everywhere you can build it. And there's a similar situation with the windmills. I had only been looking inside of my market. Great. And what do windmills actually do? I just built them because I aesthetically like them. So they consume some goods. Consumption is actually kind of good in this game because you only pay for part of the consumption, but, like, it increases demand. I don't know. At least demand is consistently too low in this game. So anything you can do to juice it from, like, a Keynesian perspective is good. And then just, like, the plus 10% output is pretty goated. A building that I have not figured out whether it has good economic value or not is irrigation. I just can't tell. Like, it seems like in certain contexts it would be pretty good. Like, the local food production 5% seems solid. But then at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I'll replace this with potatoes at some point, and then this province will just go completely gangbusters. It will feed everyone. I could build the legumes. Okay, another exploration is underway. You love to see it. You know, we're not that far away from me being able to start to settle the new world. Let's put this up at speed 4 because I was trying to play until 1936. I keep saying 1936. 1436. When I'm going to declare war on Castile. Okay, I think that this is actually a pretty good place. My timer just went off to call the episode.